Hey guys, how you doing today? My name is Gilbert and I'm with Interactive Utopia, and today I wanted to talk to you about some of the new PHP features, PHP 8, more to be exact, PHP match function. Okay, the match function is pretty much very similar to what switch statement is. It's just to me it seems a little bit simpler to write, less lines of code. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this improvement so that way hopefully you can incorporate it into your code. All right, so let's start off. We're gonna start off with a empty page. Let's go to Visual Studio Code, and in here what I want to do is just I want to be able to use match function to be able to retrieve an input that the user has given us and then be able to output some type of value related to that input. All right, so let's just say values. Let's just get the information for values. So I like to, when I store my things on the database, I like to use integers, to use numbers. They're a little bit faster. And if necessary, usually it's just a couple quick things that we can write in the code, but if necessary, we can go into a database and store the values for that in the database as well. That way they can be edited. So just gonna copy this line a couple times, like 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3. So pretty much when we get an input of 0, we just want it to return content for 0. The same thing with 1, content for 1. That way we know that it's working. All right, so how exactly does this work? Let's say we want to match the information for 0. Okay, so we copy this just over here, try to save some time, delete the comment. All right, and for these we use arrow functions to tell them what each one is. That way they can reference it. And of course we have to tell PHP that this is a string, so we need to format it properly. All right, so what's gonna happen here when we go out to and test it out? Let's save it up, upload it, go back to our empty page. This page is not working. Why is that? One thing that I'm noticing is we're not echoing pretty much what we need. So let's give that a try. All right, so that doesn't seem to be solving our issue. Okay, I think I know what it is. When you're inside of the when you're calling for the match function, you are not ending the lines, but we use comma to separate them. So let's try this right now. Let's refresh. Doesn't seem to be working either. So what could be going on that is wrong? Alright, I'm trying to... I know what we're missing. We talked about not finishing the lines here, but we never finished the actual line for the echo. Alright, so close off the line. There we go. Content for 0. So that seems like it's working. Let's give him a 1. Save it. Let's do a refresh. Content for 1. That seems to be working as well. But what happens? Normally PHP it doesn't differentiate between integers and strings. You can put like one like this or one like this as a string, and it should be working the same, right? Let's save it and see if it works in here. Oh, we get an error. Why is that? From what the documentation says, this is a strict function, so it does differentiate between integers and strings. So string content for 1. So let's give this a try. Right now I'm passing it a string of 1, and we're trying to match it to this string of 1, not to this integer of 1. Alright, so let's save it, let's refresh it, and there we go, string content for 1. So again, you can see that this is a smarter way of doing any type of switch statement from what I have used it for. As well, there's less code involved with it, and it is a little bit stricter when it's actually looking at what you're inputting. So it's gonna help you a lot to avoid any features in the problem, and also for validation and authentication. All right, but let's just go a little bit step forward. And what if you don't want to write it like this? What if you want to be using it as a function? Let's say again that we want to make this function get value, right? And we want to pass them an input. So how can we do it so that this it's inside of the function? I think that should be pretty simple. Open and close brackets. We copy. I'm just gonna move this code, delete the echo, and return the code instead. All right. So what we're gonna do is get the input variable, pass it inside of the match statement, and then let's echo get value of, let's just say integer 1. All right, we're not going for the string version, so this just said content for 1. There we go, content for 1. So that's just a little bit a way forward. That way you can reuse the code. Again, we pass it a string in this case. It can tell that it's a string as well. So again, let's say that you have a large number of selections where the user can choose from. This is a simple way of differentiating between them. Okay, and just for extra credit, I want to make this into a arrow function. All right, that's the new way PHP. So let's give it a try. So how do we write that? So we're going to create a variable get value arrow. Alright, that way we can tell which one it is. So we have our variable, which is going to be holding a function, which we're going to be passing. Again, we can call it an input, which pretty much means that we open and close brackets to store our function code. Let's copy and paste it just to save a little bit of time, and let's delete the old function. All right, so now get value doesn't exist. So what we need to do is change this to our variable function, which is called get value arrow, and we're passing the same input of string 1. Let's just change it to a 2 so that we make sure that it works. And let's refresh this. Oops, seems like we have an error in our code. Let's see what's going on. Alright, I know what would just happen. So in this case, it's gonna know that it's returning the value already. So we can just remove the brackets, remove the return, since it knows it needs to return the value, and let's save it again. And there we go. We have an arrow function that has a match function in it, which can identify the input that we give it and provide us with a value in return. All right, so there we go. Simple enough. Let me go back to the code. Not very many lines of code. You don't need to be adding any breaks or anything like that. So it is a very good alternative to a switch statement. All right, so this is just a basic introduction to it. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. If you like my video, please subscribe to the channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.